never stays a day. A bad luck's always coming my way.
Baby girl, I absolutely love it whenever you wear the contacts. It's looking like a little extra spooky, because today we're at Days of the Dead Chicago as celebrity guests. That's right, another spooky convention video. Days of the Dead Horror Convention is one of the biggest horror conventions in the United States, and this is our first time appearing here as guests, but this isn't the first Days of the Dead that we've been to. I've been to Atlanta years ago. We've both been to
Vegas.
The one in Vegas.
Yeah.
And after this, we still have a couple more we're going to go to. We're going to go to Atlanta.
Me for the first time.
And Vegas as actual guests. So this is day 2.
Day 2.
What'd you think of day 1?
It was a lot of fun. We got to do a Q&A, which was the first time for us.
And
And there was a...
Once they post all that, we're going to share all that. So once you watch this, start looking for the Q&A.
We got to see a movie afterwards we have not seen yet.
Terrifier 2, like this interactive version of it.
It was so much fun.
They give us a little mask and a barf bag. I don't have them on us now, it's up in the hotel room, so here's the picture of it. You ready for day 2?
I'm so ready.
Chris Kattan is here. And we discovered that whenever we do our convention videos, we have to do them a little bit differently. Since we're here as guests, we can't really walk around and show the videos like we used to. So we kind of have to go in before the show opens up and show you who's going to be here, some celebrity interactions, get some things signed, because I am a bit of an autograph junkie, but we do have some friends here. See, I told you, Chris Kattan's here, Night at the Roxbury, Monkey Bone, Corky Romano, Saturday Night Live. But sadly, he doesn't have a picture on his table from Azrael Abyss. Remember Goth Talk? In fact, at the end of day 1, Chris Kattan actually came to our table. Didn't even realize it until it was happening, so I couldn't get a photo. And we talked for a little bit, and I mentioned that I was actually really sad that there was no 8x10s of him as Azrael Abyss here. And he said, get one printed, and I'll gladly sign it. All right, this is my buddy Rick, and he makes these amazing custom Jason Voorhees masks. I mean, if you've been to any of the Days of the Dead, what other conventions have you done?
The Spooky Empires, Mad Monsters.
Chances are you've
MegaCon.
seen them all back here, and they are pretty freaking awesome. In fact, you're holding up one. Now tell us about this one here.
This one is from Terrifier 2, Art the Clown with the eyeball. I called it Eyeball Art is the name, and yeah, I love it. Super cool.
Now, what's really cool about this, not only do you make these masks, but you make an appearance in a very strange movie that's very hot right now. What's it called?
Terrifier 2.
And who are you in the movie?
Selfie guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So tell me about 13X Studios.
Sure. Been in business for 6 years, and legitly I wake up and I make hockey masks every day. It's like the best thing in the world. Love doing what I do. And I also, that's me.
That's you in the movie.
From Terrifier Part 2.
And you're known as the Selfie Guy.
Selfie guy, yes.
Now, the other night,
Yep.
we actually got to see an interactive version of this.
Yes.
I posted about it on social media and people like lost their minds.
Yes.
But you came out on the stage and
Yep.
I'm telling people,
Uh-oh.
I wish I could have recorded it because you stole the show, man. You were funny. You were
I
good.
appreciate, and I also want to tell you that, you know, kind of had a few fireballs and got a little drunk, and oh God.
There it is.
There we go. And basically, I will say this, sitting down, I had Casey Harnett from Terrifier 2 right next to me.
Which is a sweetheart.
Which is a sweetheart. And I went on stage and I went crazy. And then like the next morning, I'm like, oh my God, I was wacky. I'm like, thank God only the theater saw it and that was it. And then like I look at my phone, it says Days of the Dead shared this post and it was the whole video of me. I was like 1,000 views in an hour. I was like, oh my God, I'm done.
Like I said, it was like the highlight of it. It was cool. I'm glad you got up there on stage, overcame it.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about this shirt and how this shirt came to be in this movie. It's a cool story.
Sure. So basically, I make Jay and Kevin's. This guy, I got this crazy guy behind me making faces, Bill from Days of the Dead. And so in a nutshell, I do Jay and Silent Bob Mass, and Damien asked me to be in a scene, Halloween scene, and I was thinking of a costume, and I'm like, oh my God, I was like, you know, I do business with Kevin Smith, and then I said, what about I could dress as with my movie shirt on? And Kevin gave me permission, signed contract, bam, selfie guy with the movies. So it's kind of cool.
So we have a cell phone here, and I got to be in this. You got to quote the lines from the movie. So how did it start off? You walk into the scene, and what do you say?
Yo, could I get a selfie? And what does she say?
Oh shoot, I don't remember. I only
she
saw
says
it once.
sure.
Oh yeah, sure. Look at that.
And then we do the selfie. Fuck yeah, girl. And I walk away.
That was the best part.
Hi, I'm Casey Hartnett. I play Allie in Terrifier 2, and let me just tell you a little bit about this film. It is a mess of household products and bleach and oozing blood and gore, and it takes place in a teenager's bedroom. It's a lot of fun. Can't wait for y'all to watch a teenager get demolished, played by an adult woman.
Words really can't describe this movie. I've had countless people coming up to me saying, hey, can my kid watch this? Mm-hmm. Is it over the top? And I tell every single person, because I watched it the other night here at Days of the Dead for the first time, I tell everybody, it's not over the top, it just exists.
Sure.
Right?
It's grounded in reality, I would say. In a very disturbing way.
I don't want to give much away, but after your scene, well, in the middle of your scene, Art leaves, and then he comes back in the room, and it was just like, oh, no. It was pretty intense.
It was.
And somebody has actually brought, I'm just going to say this, has brought a container of salt for you to sign.
That's true. Yes. So I have signed a container of salt.
Is this your first one? Let's see it. That's awesome.
Stay salty, everyone.
Never in a million years do you ever think you'd probably sign a salt container.
I never really thought that I might. Well, I'm glad I was your first one. I love it. Thank you. I'm so happy.
Sometimes it's really hard to get away to make these videos at these conventions, especially as the channel keeps growing. But we're going to do something a little bit different today. You see Friday the 13th, 2009, the cast and the directors here. And I kind of want to go around and talk to each one of them and ask them, like, a most favorite memory working on the movie. Like, story time with the cast of Friday the 13th, 2009.
Hey, my name is Marcus, and I directed the 13th of the Friday the 13th. I tell you what, my favorite impression from doing this is actually the after parties, what's happening right here. Pan around. Because what's cool about this is that there are movies that inspire people to be creative and to participate. It's their movie, it's their toy kit. And they make t-shirts, they get the action figures, they take them in the bathtub. They dress up for it for Halloween. And that's a culture that it spawned. There are not a lot of movies that do that. There are no Legend of the Falls lunchboxes. So those are the guys that it's really about, and they keep the dream going. Forget about the movies. It took on a much, much bigger culture.
Hi, my name is Amanda Righetti. I play Whitney Miller in Friday the 13th, and I have a story for you. When we were filming, we shot in an old Boy Scout camp on the outskirts of Austin, and it was a pretty far clearing away from the porta potties, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and Sadowski needed to go pee, and it was a long walk, and it was pitch black, and Andrew Form, one of the producers, was insistent that he needed to be frightened. So Derek Mears, being the Jason Voorhees that he was, decided to jump out of the woods and scare Jonathan Sadowski, who when he was scared, didn't quite know if he should run or scream or cry. And we all had a really good laugh over it. I think that is one of my most memorable stories from Friday the 13th.
Hi, my name is Travis Van Winkle. I play Trent in Friday the 13th, 2009. And I have a story for you. So the moment I found out that I booked this role, I remember I was in a movie theater watching a movie, and I got a call from my agent, and I didn't want to answer the phone in the theater, so I ran out of the theater, and I lean up, and there's movie posters all behind me, and I'm on the phone, and he tells me that I booked this movie, and I just remember screaming and basically like running down this corridor with all these movie posters behind me, feeling so excited that Friday the 13th was going to be something that I could contribute to. So it's such a huge franchise, and it was just a moment that I'll never forget.
What's up, everybody? Jonathan Sadowski here. I played Wade in Friday the 13th in 2009, and I just got to say this. Of any film I've ever done, the thing I love most about Friday the 13th are my castmates. We shot that film 14 years ago, and we are all still thick as thieves. It is my most memorable moment on set. He's coming to ruin my interview. My most memorable moment on set with people like Travis and Amanda Rigetti and Derek Mears and America, and I could not be more thrilled to be here at Days of the Dead with them.
My name is America Olivo. I played Amanda in Friday the 13th in the 2009 Friday the 13th. Have I got a story for you? I was working on another film called Bitch Slap when I got a call that they needed me for Friday the 13th, which was an amazing honor. At the same time, I was very tired and needed a break. And unfortunately, in this industry, you don't always get a break when you need one. So I got whisked away from the Mojave Desert into Austin, Texas, and they just flipped over my hair, dyed it another color. Like I got whisked away and plopped in onto set. And it was one of those things that I read the script of a scene, and I was like, wow, that's such a cool kill. Like, oh, rotisserie over a fire. Sorry, spoiler alert. And it doesn't really dawn on you as an actor sometimes until you get there that you have to do the thing. It's not like just going to magically happen. Like, I don't get to not be in a sleeping bag on fire. So, as I'm tired, I'm kind of in this like semi-dream state, and I'm like, am I dreaming this? I'm like Friday the 13th set. It's scary as hell in the desert. In the forest, woodsy part of Austin, Texas, at night, pitch black, and they start covering me in fire retardant, and they put me in a sleeping bag, and they start lighting stuff on fire around me. And then Marcus yells at me to, I had to inhale a cigarette, which I don't smoke cigarettes either, so I'm trying to be cool and not cough, so that I could fall down out of this fiery sleeping bag and then exhale smoke out of my mouth. And you can't have your reflexes when you fall too. Like you have to just plop down because you're dead. So I'm cold from the fire retardant. The fire is around me, and he's yelling, "Action!" And I'm smoking a cigarette and fall down. And I did this a lot of times, and then later it came together and became a scene I'm very proud of later, but I didn't really absorb that it had happened, I think, until I went to the Man Chinese Theater on Friday the 13th and saw the premiere. I was like, oh, shit. That was me. I had to do that. But it's such an honor now. Years later, got a chance to reunion with some of the castmates here, and we went out to dinner last night, and we told each other lots of fun stories and reminisced, and it's great to be a part of the family.
Hey, I'm Kyle Davis, and I played Donnie on Friday the 13th, the 09 remake, and I got a story for you. So basically, for the first thing, they had to do a life cast of my head because I got my head cut off. And they said, oh, it'll be just like getting a facial. And I was like, oh, okay, that should be fine. Halfway through them putting on all the stuff, then the plaster, I started freaking out mid-thing, and I was just going, you can't breathe, you only have straws in there. And they had to rip it off completely, but they had to rip it off so fast that they ripped it off, and they had bruises underneath all my eyes, all around my cheeks, and it ripped out all of my facial hair. So I will never be getting a life cast, so hopefully I'll never have to get my head cut off ever again.
Hi, I'm Richard Berge. I worked on Friday the 13th in 2009. I played Officer Brack, and I have a story for you. It was probably my most difficult prosthetic makeup. I don't like anything in my eyes. I actually had another TV show where I had implants in my eyes, but this one was particularly difficult with a poker in my eye. The scene was a lot of fun to shoot, but the prosthetic was a little difficult, and had a hard time seeing out of it for a couple days after it. But it was super fun and rewarding to go through it nonetheless. Cheers.
So let's get a closer look at this. What is it? It's a production shirt?
Production shirt.
Camp Crystal Lake, Austin, 2008.
It's been used by Kyle Davis, who played Donnie.
That's cool.
Where Jason got his mask.
You got everybody there. The director, Trent, Jason, Amanda. Hey, they're all here.
They're all there.
Very cool. On the front, there you go. You gotta have the 13. Gotta have the 13.
Yeah, buddy.
There's your shirt, Kyle.
Thank you.
It's awesome. We're all getting ready for the Friday the 13th photo op. Everybody's showing up. There's a little bit of a reunion going on right here. A lot going on.
Room for a guest.
So that's the cast right there. No, you're good.
Another one. I don't want to move.
That's cool. It's like a class reunion, right?
We need an apple box for him.
I can go in the back. I can go in the back. I'll come back with you guys.
Yeah, there you go. That way we don't separate you guys. Yeah, they got a seat for you right there.
Oh, sure. Let's do that.
We need a ringleader to tell
I don't know.
But you got to do the leg thing.
There's a. See?
This looks like a really sad wedding.
That camera.
Can you like each other?
On 3, 1, 2, 3. Good.
Cool.
One photo is like.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, baby girl. How does it look? Hold up. Let's take a look at this. That's slick. Very cool. Very cool. This is awesome, Chris.
It's great.
We're having a blast.
I mean, the whole cast is 2009 right here.
Yeah, right. The 2009.
Oh, this happened, man.
Friday the 13th.
I'm getting in on this.
Oh, you didn't get your picture yet?
No.
You got to.
Well, I had to wait for America to get here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh wait, Chris is gonna jump in you.
And there's our buddy Chris. Go back up a little bit. There we go.
On 3, 1, 2.
He's a good guy.
Okay.
I have to sit back a little bit. There we go.
Let me turn his head so he's looking more. There he goes. All right.
Sitting here with Darren Bousman for our Grimm interview, which is basically just one question. And if you don't know this, I mean, obviously, he's directed Saw 2, 3, 4, a couple other different things, but my personal favorites are Repo the Genetic Opera and The Devil's Carnival.
Thank you.
Absolutely in love with them.
Thank you so much.
Our Grimm interview is this.
Please.
In your career, working on these amazing movies.
Yep.
Right now, if you could look back and go, I can't believe I was a part of that, or I can't believe we did that. Something that sticks out.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's still Repo, and I'll tell you why. Is that I made some weird, quirky, very niche horror rock opera that skewed toward, Victorian goth, starring Paris Hilton and Ogre. And I think that just from a pure what the fuck, how did that ever get made? I still sit at home and ask myself how that ever got made. But I'll tell you, with a moment that I knew that it was something special was, I've directed 18 movies. I've been very lucky in my career. Making movies is a very boring, monotonous job. It's not what people think it is. We were rehearsing for Repo, and we had all the grips and gaffers, and these guys aren't musical guys. They're not even film guys, a lot of them. Some of them are just, that's a job for them. They're burly, they're big. And I remember we were rehearsing Chase the Morning with Sarah Brightman and Anthony Stewart Head and Alexa Vega, and we did the whole rehearsal. And I remember, we weren't filming, it's rehearsal. We ended, and all these guys, grips, gaffers, electricians, all started clapping. I've never had someone clap on a rehearsal. And I realized at that moment that this was something different, this was something cool. It just felt like we were doing something underground and punk rock. And to me, that's what, I want to do. Like, I want to do something dangerous and subversive, and I think that was it. That was the definition of the kind of shit that I want to make, which was very unsafe.
My wife and I, we travel the country, we drive everywhere, and we constantly sing Repo songs.
Yeah, I do too, actually, and I made the movie. And I directed the stage show, so it's something I still do as well.
I have to ask about this guy.
Yeah.
We actually have the Trick or Treat Studios version of this.
That's the real guy.
This is the real guy. He's heavy.
That is from Saw 3. I took it after Saw 3 filming. He is the fully animatronic one. He's, I don't have the remote with me right now, but he has fully moving mouth, eyes, his head turns. He's got electronics in the back. That is the guy from Saw 3. You're holding the guy from Saw 3.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Well,
and this guy's going to make an appearance too. This guy is from Spiral. This is named Mr. Snuggles from Spiral. So there you go.
Nice. And
that's an actual,
this, but look at that.
It's actual puppet.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, man.
Appreciate it.
Safe travels.
Yes, I will take Mr. Billy back. Mr. Billy's going into a suitcase.
Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah. He's the dude with electronics and shit in him.
Well, look who we ran into. Our good old friend, Stephen LaRose Holiday. Now, if you didn't know this, he is directly responsible, the creator of this art piece that we have at our table and on our shirts that you all love. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
We're good. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen you.
It has been, yeah. And I think the first convention I've seen you guys filming at, so this is great. It's good to see you guys here.
You got a lot of new artwork.
Yep.
We're going to showcase some of that
Thank
because
you.
we love what you do.
Thank you.
But it's nice seeing you, man.
Yeah, you too. So this is my work. I'm a screen printer. Well, I design for screen printing, but I also do digital prints and a lot of custom stuff, paintings as well. And so, yeah, this is my work. So thank you so much.
And not only is Stephen a good friend, but he's an amazing artist. I mean, look at this. The colors, the characters, the likeness of the characters.
Not at all, you look great.
We own a lot. We don't own everything that this man has done, but we definitely own a lot of his pieces. Now, if you want to find Stephen on social media and get some prints yourself, this is how you do it. Be sure to tell him Grimm Life sent you. You won't be disappointed. His artwork is amazing.
Hi, I'm Adam Michaels of Adam's Art Box, here in Chicago right now with some of my best friends and some artists that I really admire. This is a lot of work that I do. It's ink and watercolor. These are giclées, so it's like a canvas replica, but these were originally done on canvas. So these are some of my favorite pieces that I've done. This Eddie from Stranger Things. It's one of my favorite moments in TV history. One of my favorite moments in cinematic history is this one from Halloween. I just think it's so amazing. Nothing even happens. He's just standing there, and it's so haunting, and it's always stuck with me ever since I was a little kid. This one, it was a commission. I am sad that I don't own it. This one, I do own the original too. I have to say I kept the original for this Disney one, because listen, we're Disney fans.
Right?
And my wife pointed out, she said, I realized that horror fans are Disney fans, but Disney fans aren't necessarily horror fans.
It's funny you say that.
Yeah?
Because we get noticed a lot in the Disney parks.
Those are horror fans.
Right. Yeah, because they'll be walking through the happiest or the most magical place on earth, and across from the park you'll hear Grimm. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. I love that. So yeah, we're big Disney fans. So I believe in bringing all this stuff together. This is a piece, this is one of my favorite pieces. This is another one that I have to say I kept the original of for myself. It's much larger than this, but I curated an art gallery in Chicago celebrating the 200th anniversary of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and this was the piece that I made for it. Now, my whole intention when I first did it was I wanted him to be, I think I wanted something scary and aggressive, and you think of horror, you usually think scary, and or if you're a Monster Squad fan, scary. If you get it, right?
Yeah.
Then the more I kept painting it, it just kept becoming more sad. And I believe art should make you feel something, even if it's something that's based off of a movie or a TV show or a book that you love. And this one in particular, the title of it is "And He'll Be Alone."
And I just hope that, I notice when people look at it, and I hope that everyone sees it, they go from thinking like, ooh, Frankenstein, to thinking something and feeling something.
Now here's the thing, Adam and I, we're friends. Adam's art box, and you and your lovely wife and the Grimm Life Collective, we're like con family here, which is kind of funny. It's like horror convention family.
Well, it starts out that way, and then it just keeps growing, and then you reach out and you're like, hey man, I'm just thinking about you, and then you start talking about non-con things, and that's how it all blossoms.
I always look forward to seeing you. Now here's the thing, right? Every time I see this man, him and his wife, they have such like massive, awesome energy. So happy all the time. Since we've been here, every time I walk this room and I see this painting, it just sucks me in. Like it's powerful.
Thanks. I think it's I don't really know what it is like right offhand. I think for me it's the eyes, but I've also been looking at it for so many yeyears.
I think it's the hand.
The hand.
The hand.
The hand is, okay, so I put a little wedding ring on. There's a wedding band, if you notice.
Oh yeah, look at it right there.
And I put, there's like just a few subtle things. Again, it's very dark, it's very murky. I feel as though it's chaotic and a little graceful. I know I'm talking so artsy-fartsy right now, but all of it, when I paint, I call it Jesus take the wheel moments, where I'm just like going for it, and I'm like, I hope it ends up being the way it should, because I have kind of a plan, but it's like I'm more going with my gut. But it's just supposed to hopefully incite different feelings. Like I started, I'm like, oh, and this is sad, because you think about this person that you love. The wedding band makes me that, you know, and you're like, oh, are you widowed? Or do you not have this person? But you're like, oh, well, you didn't lose anybody. This is not your hand, which is why I really wanted to take notice on like the hand that's used
I just noticed those stitches too.
To use to build him out. So you're like, well, you didn't. So I don't know. Then to me, it starts to feel like, you think of Frankenstein, it's a thing that's reborn, and it has feelings, and what a consciousness means, what feelings mean, and again, it's like very artsy-fartsy. We're just talking about Frankenstein, but as I was painting it, I just it started to become very powerful to me, and for me, it became a lot of questions, and I look at it all the time, and I'm like, I find new things about it.
Since we saw Terrifier 2 last night, look at this. I think I need to get this one. But he's got a lot of cool stuff. I mean, check this out. And this is only a few of his pieces. So much good art here.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.